Hey everyone, good morning. I'm Priyanshi Agrawal and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now we are going to see today's Cheat Code Daily Challenge, which is 3 consecutive odds. So let's see what is this question and how we can solve it. So in this question, you are given an integer array ARR. You need to return true if there are 3 consecutive odd numbers in the array, otherwise return false. Okay, so you have been given with an array of integers and you need to return true if there are 3 consecutive odd numbers in the array, otherwise you need to return false. Okay, this seems to be a pretty straightforward question. Like you can start iterating in this array and then you can check for ARR of I, ARR of I plus 1 and ARR of I plus 2, whether they are odd or not. If yes, then you can simply return true. If no, then you can simply return false. If you have came to the end of the loop, then you will return false. It means you haven't got any 3 consecutive odd numbers in this array, right? Okay, so let's see. So what you can do, you can start iterating in this array and then check for ARR of I plus 1 and I plus 2. If this condition is true, it means you have got 3 consecutive odd numbers. You will return true. Otherwise, if you came to the end of this iteration of this loop and you haven't got any 3 odd consecutive odd numbers, then you will simply return false. And you will run this loop till n minus 2 because you are trying to access the I plus 1 and I plus 2 indexes, right? Otherwise, it will give you index out of bound exception. Okay, so this can be the one approach for solving this question, and the time complexity for this question will be like you are doing a single iteration, so its time complexity will be big O of n and the space complexity will be big O of 1, as we are not using any extra space. So the time complexities and space complexities seems fine, but this is the very basic approach for solving this question. In the interviews, you can be asked to solve this question with some other approaches as well. So let's see what can be other approaches to solve this question. Okay, so if you have noticed that the product of two odd numbers is always an odd number. Let's say 1 into 3 is 3. Let's say 3 into 5 is 15, which is also odd. Let's say 9 into 3, both are odd. It means 27. This is also odd. So if you have noticed that the product of 2, let's say if even 3 as well, let's say 1 into 3 into 3, 3 is a 9. So the product of odd numbers is always going to be an odd number. The product of odd numbers is always going to be an odd number. So what you can do, like instead of checking for all these numbers, you can take their product and check. If product is odd, it means you have got 3 consecutive odd numbers and you can simply return true. So let's see. So you can check for the product of 3 consecutive integers, and if the product is odd, it means you have got 3 consecutive odd numbers and you can simply return true. Otherwise, you will return false. Simple. So this can be one more approach for solving this question. So we can also widen this approach on this example 2641. Let's say you have been given with this example 2641. Cool. So let's say right now we are at this index. So we will take the product of 2 into 6 into 4. 6 to the 12, 12 4 is a 48, which is even. Now we are at this index. So we will take the product of 6 into 4 into 1. Even numbers, it means even product. Now we are at this index. So we will take the product of nothing. We are doing the iteration till n minus 2. So we have came to the end of this iteration of this loop and we haven't got any 3 consecutive odd numbers, so we will simply return false, right? Okay, so the time and space complexity for this approach will also be big O of n and big O of 1 respectively, because we are doing single iteration with no extra space complexity. Okay, so can there be any other way for solving this question? Yeah, I guess let's see with some example. Let's take this example 1, 2, 34, 3, 4, 5, 7. 1, 2, 34, 3, 4, 5, 7 and 23, 12. Cool. 23, 12. Okay. So let's say if we start iterating in this loop and we have initialized our some variable, let's say consecutive odds. It means how many consecutive odds we have got. Okay, right now we are at this index. Is it an odd number? Okay, yes, we will increment it. Now that we are at this index, is this an odd number? No. So what we will do? We will simply update it to 0. Okay, now we are at this index. Is this an odd number? No. So we will again update it to 0. Oh, now is this an odd number? Yes. So we will increment it. Now is this an odd number? No. Let's update it to 0. Now at this index, is this an odd number? Yes. Let's increment this. Yes, this is also an odd number. Increment this. Yes, this is also an odd number. Let's increment it. And we will also keep checking if consecutive odds is equals to 3. If it is, then we will return true. If we have came to the end of iteration of this loop and we haven't reached this condition, then we will return false, right? So let's see the code for this as well. So we have initialized one variable consecutive odds, and we will start iterating in this loop, and we will check if this is an odd number, we will increment it. Otherwise, we will set it to 0. And if consecutive odds is 3, then we will return true. Otherwise, by the end of this loop, we will return false. So the time complexity for this approach will also be big of n, and this space complexity will also be big of 1. So there is no difference between time and space complexities among these approaches, but yeah, these are the different approaches to approach this simple question. So yeah, that's all for this question. I hope you get it. This was a pretty simple question, but if you still have any doubts, then you can post in the comment section. I will surely try to answer them. Till then, bye guys, see you in the next video.